Hello, it's Jack and welcome to another video. The first book video of 2020. And what better way to start off the new year than with a book goal video? Because you know, new year, new decade, new me. Not really, but we believe that and that's all that matters. So last year I didn't really read that much books. It wasn't really that great of a reading year for me. Mostly because I wasn't in the mood to read most of the time. I'm a mood reader. I can't just pick up a book and read. I have to be in the mood to read. And which is why I read like 5 different books all at once. So I figured, why not make a reading list for this year, 2020, to see how many books I read, plus the books that's on this list. The books that's on this list I have to read. That's the goal this year. The door, I cannot, but there's no way to stop it. And the wind, the universe is against me today. Please stop. First reading goal of the year, making a great comeback from my book haul video, is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. So in this book verse, people are divided by color. You have the reds and the silvers. The silvers are the rich elite who have superpowers, and then you have the reds who are the commoners. And there is this red girl who is born with silver-like powers and is like adopted by the silvers and has to masquerade as the long-lost silver princess. So now this red girl has to pretend to be a silver, or else the silvers will kill her, but also in her spare time she is trying to take down this regime, so that's fun. This is the first book in a series. I can't remember how many books because it's been so long since I filmed. I know there's a lot though. Yes, perfect description. How many books are there? A lot. If you've read Throne of Glass, you will really like this book. From all of the reviews I've read, it's similar, and even the bookstore is like, if you like Throne of Glass, you're gonna like this book. And the reviews seem promising, so I can't wait to get started on this one. Hopefully I read it before next year. Next book I have is the second in a series, so I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to describe this one. It's The Invasion by Pilar O'Gullen, the second book in the Greyland series, and the first book is The Call, which I have read. Was it 2 years ago for the Booksplosion Book of the Month, which was awesome. If I'm looking away, it's because I can see my reflection in the back of the phone. And I can't help it, I like looking at myself. I don't know how I'm going to explain this book without spoiling the first one, so I guess spoiler warning if you haven't read the first book. Spoiler warning now. A recap on The Call. Essentially, The Call is the call. Yeah. So recap on The Call. The Call is essentially this thing that happens to everyone when you hit the age of 14. Maybe, and then you get called to the Greylands, which is where the Fae live, and you have to survive them for a whole 24 hours, but in the real world it's about 3 minutes. We follow the main character Nissa, who is the last, around about the last person of her year to get called. So you kind of watch her, watch everybody else die, and watch people survive, and watch people come back mutilated, because the Fae love human experiments, I guess. Fast forward into the book, she goes through this weird change. So I'm trying to be as little spoilery as possible, even though this is the spoiler warning section. So the invasion is about the military who goes and fetches Nissa because of those magical abilities that she now possesses. And I guess the people from the Greyland is back because there's another enemy. I haven't really read synopsis or stuff like that. I didn't want to be spoiled for the book because I know if I like the first one, I'm gonna like the second one, because that's usually how it goes for me. So the Greyland creatures are coming back, and now Nissa has to stop them all over again. I'm really excited about this one. can't wait to read it because the call, it was scary. When reading it, it was really like a, oh no, they're all going to die kind of a thing. So I'm kind of hoping this is the same feel, that like nobody is safe. I like books like that where like anybody can die at any moment. It's fun. Speaking of series, this is a book series that I have been reading for about a year now. I think I mentioned it in a few of my old videos, and there's an Instagram post about it. It's also on my Goodreads. It's Six of Crows. And as you can see, there is a bookmark right there. Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo, which is the second series in her Grisha universe, but you don't have to read the first series to know what's going on in the book. It's about these ragtag group of criminals who band together in order to pull off the most impossible heist ever imagined, breaking into the ice court, which is apparently the most impenetrable place in like the entire kingdoms. There are multiple kingdoms. I love the characters so much. They are so funny. I love Wayland. Wayland is the new cinnamon roll. They have to work together to do this, and so far it seems like they're not going to be able to do it, but you never know. Kaz, he is crazy. There's no other word to describe him. He's crazy. There's also a magic element to this book, and you know, I love my magical elements to my books. I love magical books because I love magical adventures, because it's way more fun than just normal adventures. And speaking of Six of Crows, it's a duology, and I have the second book right here, Crooked Kingdom by Leah Bardugo, which is the second book in the series, the duology of Six of Crows. This continues on after the first book. Spoilers, because they do it. They break into the ice court and they get what they're looking for, and this is afterwards. I guess it's another heist. I'm not mad because the book is amazing. I'm just very slow at reading, so I haven't really read any synopsis, any reviews or anything about this book, because like I said, if I like the first one, I'm probably gonna like the second one also. This is what is hard to explain. No, it's not, because I'm a nerd. It's not that hard to explain. Assassin's Creed. By who? Oliver Bowden. I'm a low-key Assassin's Creed fan. I watched the movie with Michael Fassbender, and I kinda know what the games are about, and I don't know if the games and the books are the same or if like the books are completely different. All I know is I like Assassin's Creed, and this book is in the Renaissance period, which is about 1600s. It's in Italy. It's based in Italy. That's what I wanted to say. It's based in Italy, and we follow Ezio as he watches his entire family get murdered, and he gets recruited into the Brotherhood of Assassins, and then he tries to get revenge for his dead family. And so far, the action hasn't happened yet. That's not bad, sad. But I don't know, I would prefer a bit more action. Maybe I'm like a chapter away from the action, but I'm enjoying this book a lot because I like Assassin's Creed, because I like the idea of there being a bunch of assassins that just go around killing people. What can I say? I love Assassin's Creed, but I know absolutely nothing about the video games. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, we have the second book in the series, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood by Oliver Bowden. This one is not long after the first book, because we are still following Ezio in this book, and we running around Rome, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. I only look up the synopsis for the first book, and then I don't look up the synopsis for the second book because I don't want to be spoiled for the first book. And also, this is my goals. Am I supposed to be explaining this to you guys? What the book's all about? I guess kind of the basic premise. Assassin's Creed, he's fighting another villain. It's gonna be cool. What more do you need to know? I don't know how to explain that book. I just know it's on my goal because I find Assassin's Creed interesting. Last book on my list is Turtles Down Under by John Green. This is a standalone book. It's a mystery kind of a thing. We follow these two friends who somehow find themselves looking for this billionaire fugitive, and their first stop on their list of suspects is his son. I haven't really read John Green at all, and I figured this would be a great way to, like, you know, dip my toes into the John Green pool. And also it was a hardcover book, and I'm a sucker for hardcover books. And that is my list of reading goals for this year. I guess I will have a mid-year update to see how far I've gotten. So far I've started on Six of Crows and Assassin's Creed, and we'll see which one I finish first, and we'll see if I finish both of them and if I added more to that list by the end of this year. That's all for this video. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow. All of the links are in the description below. My Instagram, my Twitter. I think I'm maybe gonna lead my Goodreads so you can have a live update if I'm reading my books. But then again, I don't. Who updates their Goodreads immediately? No one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.